And we are live. Let's get it. What's going on, everyone? This is Leveraging Your L's. We are back. Took a brief hiatus. As
Right.
you all know, we both are business owners as well. Not only do we try to share our experiences and knowledge and wisdom and things that we can do to help other notaries, we're also doing the same within our business as well. So sometimes some things have to take priority. But when we do take care of those priorities, we are right back on the scene to give you everything that you need to build your business. My name is Nathaniel Jimson, aka Stamp, owner of Stamper Signings, and we have my lovely co-host Sierra Bryant, the efficient. And
Hey, y'all.
how is everything going, T? What's new?
Hey, everything is pretty good. Everything is pretty good, doing weddings, winding down on my fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else? We got Wedding Efficient Academy. Our Facebook community is growing. We have our calendar for our virtual events for the rest of the year is about to go out. So we're excited. We're excited. A lot of new things always building.
Yes, I'd love to see it. Hold on, really quick. I need to add this to Twitter as well. I forgot to add the stream. Speaking of your of the Facebook group, how's the people within the group? Are you seeing like folks within your group seeing some success, seeing them taking action, which to me is like the most important part. There's so much information out here, but if you're not taking action, it's not really doing anything. Like
Yeah.
how are the folks in your group doing so far?
Now, the group is very interesting. So, if you guys don't know about the Wedding Officiant Academy, it is a growing community of thriving wedding officiants sharing tips, tools, strategies, and support to master their craft. So, we started off as a paid community, and now we've actually transitioned over to being a free community on Facebook, which I love because it gives people like who are super new, who are unsure, who are unestablished in like the wedding industry, just an opportunity to see what it looks like for a couple of people that are in there who have successful wedding businesses or is like just getting started and have a couple weddings under their belt. It's good because you see people in there asking questions. You see people in there doing a job opportunity, sharing job opportunities, which is super dope. And then also you see people in there not only sharing their successes, but sharing what tips or tricks that they do to be successful for that wedding. So it's super fly in there. Me and Norman have, really been intentional about creating a community where people can like ask questions, really feel safe. But most importantly, it's about being value packed, full of gems. And you can't be in that group and not have something to work on within your business. It's just
Yeah.
impossible. So, action wise, I don't know. We'll see. I did have someone post in there about wanting to send like follow up freebies basically to a couple after he worked with them, and like what type of documents can he put together to do that. And then maybe like a couple hours later he like, hey guys, here's this packet I created, just wanted to share with you guys, X, Y, and Z. So it's definitely execution happening. But what I love about our community is that we're going to start doing like our virtual socials. So like now people from all over the country can really see like being in those rooms, having these conversations, really sharing and talking and not feeling awkward or having to type stuff out and all that other stuff. So I've been loving it. It's been really good. I'm proud of my baby. This is my little food baby. My little yeah, this is my project baby.
I love it. How's the partnership with Norman going? And salute to Norm, man. He always be sharing my whenever I got a signing coming up, he always share my stuff. So salute to Norm. But how's that
Nah,
partnership?
that partnership is amazing. It is a match made in heaven. One thing about me and Norman, we're very similar in like personality and style, but the biggest thing about Norman is like he's an action taker. Like we talk about something and then he's gonna go do it.
Yeah.
So one thing, Norman, he get on the phone with me, he leaves with about 2, 3 things that he has to finish before we talk again. So
Yeah.
one thing about Norman, like I say, he gonna do it. We're really just positioning him to add in an additional part to the academy, which is like mentorship on like if you want to do like a couple of weeks or something like that, versus
Yeah.
if you work with me, it's like a one-time session. But if you want to work with Norman, you can work with him on a weekly basis, which is a little bit more of what people like need. So I'm excited for him because he's gonna be putting that together. He already has one for notary, but transition over to the wedding side is good because Norman has done stuff that I have not done yet. He's officiated a destination wedding.
Yeah, I
He's
seen
done
that.
a wedding show. He's been the mock ceremony officiant in a wedding show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
just a proud coach because he has surpassed me in so many ways. But
yeah.
he's always like willing to share, willing to learn, and doing the work. So he's a great, just a representation of what it looks like to want to start, even if you didn't know what you were doing, and just learning the skills and working the steps and taking the action to now like feel confident in what you're doing and get better.
That's dope. I think what I want to add, not add, but I want to touch on something you just said that by you coaching him, he surpassed you. And it is not nothing negative because if you coaching someone to get them to the destination, at some point they should be able to surpass you because you're
Yeah.
passing down your knowledge and you supporting them, trying to do everything that you can to help them to reach their goals. So I think that's dope of you to not only be coaching him, but y'all have a partnership where it actually works out. There's no hate amongst each other. You both want to see each other win. You also want to see other people win as well. And you guys are building something. Even though I want to say it's been in the shadows in a sense, but you guys have been building something that's really dope. And for what I've been seeing, there hasn't been too many programs that I've seen that's been as lasted as long as you guys have, especially like wedding space.
Yeah.
And to see you guys have been continuously growing, progressing, and seeing helping other notaries get into the space and helping them to officiate weddings as well. Like it's we came into the year saying 2023 was going to be a big year. Now and now I'm thinking, where's the officiant academy going to be in 24? So
Yeah.
and it's a growing field as well because you're starting to see more and more notaries get into that space with weddings, and
Mhm.
I just think it's something that's a really dope service to really offer, especially
Yeah.
with the changes that's been happening with the notary industry or whatnot. So salute to you and Norm. Um,
Thank you.
I guess I could talk about myself a bit. What's been going on for the past couple weeks or so? It's been very busy, very productive. Um, I have no complaints. I have no
Good.
complaints. Last month was it this last month? I had a really good month last month. I've been having really consistent high income months this year. I want to say I didn't expect really to grow this fast. To be honest, I'm not. Well, I ain't gonna say we on track to do 1 million or something like that. Well, yeah, but as far as where I see myself coming into the year and where I'm at now, I'm on a much faster pace than I was as opposed to last year. So everything's been really pretty good. I've been kind of narrowing down my focus a bit as far as like the services that I've been offering. I've narrowed down to again, estate planning, apostilles, and then doing the loan signings. Funny enough, I'm still getting loan signings. Mostly purchases at this point.
Okay.
It's been mostly purchases at this point, which has been pretty good because it's not too many refis, the HELOCs that's been going around, so that's been keeping us extremely busy. There was a couple of announcements that came out this week. One of them was California finally passed the legislature for Ron to
Hey.
be done here in California, but it still needs to be signed by Governor Newsom to make it official.
Okay.
So, but also the downside too is like it's not going to come into effect until 2030,
What?
either 2030 or 2033. Yeah.
Why?
I was talking to a lender earlier today, and they were saying that I guess the recorder offices here in California, I guess they've been really dragging their feet, really been giving them some pushback on it. I guess I think that may be the reason why. But then also too, you still got to, even though they passed the bill, even if they do pass the bill, it still has to be some type of infrastructure that they would need to put in place to it, right? So they probably got to determine what
But
system you use, what's the fees, and all that type of stuff as well. So I'm assuming, but why would it take 7 years to do
yeah,
that?
it's so many states that are already ahead of them that they can use like the modeling behind.
Yeah,
So I would think maybe 5, and I feel like that's max. But like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? We
Yeah.
don't know what happens behind the scenes. But 7
Yeah.
to what 8 years? Like what? No, that's not.
And that's not even the official day. It may end up being 2033 at the latest.
No, that's really crazy.
Yeah. So
I
that's
feel like it's gonna end up being sooner, honestly. Like I said, you just already have too many states to like model. You know what I'm saying? After
yeah,
like that's pretty much what they did with COVID. Like they were like,
yeah,
all right, well, this state going through, how are we gonna do what this state doing? You know what I mean?
yeah.
All of that type stuff. But oh, I mean,
I mean,
kudos.
we can still
Oh,
facilitate it. I mean, we can still facilitate. I mean, we couldn't like the California. We wouldn't be able to like do the remote online
right.
portion, but we still could facilitate it. Just pretty much the same thing. How my model was now. How we just connect the notary with the client. I could do
No,
the
that
same
makes
thing, but
sense.
it'll just be virtual. But I would definitely let it be able to do the remote online notarization because then, with us being notaries who could service the entire state, I mean, so it's a lot more signings that I could do throughout the entire state of California. But I mean, I wasn't gonna be able to do every signing. Still got to be able to, put notaries in position to be able to get them some signings. So that was pretty cool to get that to hear that announcement, even though we're not gonna see anything for 8-9 years or so.
That's
10 years.
nuts.
still got a long way to go. Hey, it's a step in the right direction, right? Um, what else has been going on, man? Really, man. The same way how you've been diving deep, like how you been getting deeper into your niche with weddings. I've gotten deeper and deeper into it with this with the estate planning, and man, I haven't really been talking about it as much, as far as like the education piece, because I've been really been active. But I would really encourage notaries to really get on it as far as like trying to learn about the estate planning, how to network with attorneys, get with these paralegals, legal assistants, like connect with them like in your local area, because I'm starting to see more and more of these signings like come across my desk. Like I think this year or so, I've easily done over 100 estate plan signings. I think I've crossed over 150 estate plan signings this year so far, and the year hasn't even ended yet. But when you look at it from the scope of like 150 signings, estate plan signings, compared to some people that's probably doing 100 loan signings in a month, which is understandable. But when you think about the how much you're getting paid for those estate plan signings and the amount, like it's ridiculous paired with the power of attorneys and the other signings that you come along as well. Really encourage people really get into this space. There's a ton of opportunity available. I just recently had 2 estate plan signings from referrals. They were referrals from for a couple of estate plan attorneys that I know, and each of those paid 320,
Yeah.
320, and it's not really a lot of. I mean, even though it's work that you got to do, but the amount of work that you would have to do compared to obviously a loan signing is like drastically different, and obviously your ability to get paid in less than 30 days, less than 7 days, it makes it all worth it as well. So
Yes, I do.
for all of y'all out there, definitely look into the estate planning space. You don't need to be certified to do estate plan signings. That's another thing they're trying to push out there. You don't need to be certified. Just get the lessons. If you're willing to network, if you're willing to like really market yourself and put yourself out there, like the business is going to come to you. It's going to come to you. So I just want to put that out there. Before I get to the strategic network, I want to talk about these Facebook groups.
Okay.
Something interesting. So I'm a part of a few Facebook groups on for notary. Reason why I frequent those groups is because I want to know what's going on in the market. I want to know what's going on. I don't necessarily. I really don't even comment too much in those groups, or even I just lurk around to see what's going on in the market. And one thing that I always see is obviously number one is the complaint. What are the number one complaints? Is notaries not getting paid. Not getting paid. It's already tough that you got to wait 30 days to get paid. Now you got signing services that's 15 days, 60 days, 120 days behind payment. And you're really making it tough for notaries to really keep them motivated and keep them want to be able to be in this business.
Right.
Now, on the flip side to that, as a notary, you should know that also you need to read your payment terms. Um, Waiting 30 days, if that's what you accept, and that's what you, I mean, that's what you got to go with. And a lot, also from what I see is a lot of notaries, they'll say, we all need to come together and let's come together against these signing services and tell them, and no, what they say, yeah, they said, let's come together and we got to force them to make them pay us. Well, even if you do come together, it's always going to be a notary out there that's going to be willing to do a signing for $65 or $45. I mean, that's,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's never going to change because you have some people where, because everyone's situation is going to be different. Some people may be doing this just to pass time. Some people may actually need the money and they don't got time to be bargaining back and forth over 45 to $60. Because
Yeah.
if you don't do it, I can just go find another notary that does it. So I have a solution. I have a solution for all the notaries who want to come together and band to get signing services. That solution, if you want to force notary, if you want to force signing services to get their act together and make them pay you in a timely manner, just don't accept their signings.
Child, ain't nobody about to do that.
Just don't accept the signings at all. Because what's going to happen is you're gonna have a signing service that's going to reach out to you, and I'm pretty sure you've seen this where you may have gotten an offer for $60, you decline it, and then they send you another offer. That offer may be for $70. And if they actually really need someone like right now, they're going to give you the whole fee. Then they're going to give you the whole fee for that signing. So instead of being in these groups and complaining about banding together, what a lot of you should do is just say, no, I'm not going to take on the signing. Just wait. And if you wait it out, you'll see that sometimes some of these companies are going to be forced to pay you your fee. So and obviously, yeah, we all got to get business, but I really would encourage a lot of you to really get your own clients. It takes a while. It takes a minute. It takes a minute to get your own clients, but in the long run, it's going to be worth it. Because one of the benefits from getting your own clients is one, you're able to dictate how much you get paid, and you also are able to dictate how long you're willing to wait to get paid. So if I have a client in particular that's sending me, a volume amount of signings, I'm not really worried about. And another thing, not only that the way to dictate how long you wait to get paid is you got to get their card information.
Yeah.
You got to have their card information, which is really key. Because if you have their card information on file, obviously you want to be, ethical. You don't want to just be charging their card just crazy, right? But when it's past 30 days and you feel like, hey, I think now it's time for us to get paid, then by all means, then you would charge them accordingly. So yeah, man, I really would encourage folks to really get out here and really focus on getting their own clients because if you just solely relying on these signing services, it's not right. It's not right how some of these companies do you. I'm not gonna say the company's name because they've been getting trashed as is, but there's a company out there that's been giving notaries the blues. I mean, giving them the blues. They haven't seen. They can't get. They're not. They're following up on when they're going to get paid and not getting no responses. I mean, can you imagine waiting over 3 months to get paid?
Yes, that has happened to me before. That has actually happened to me before. See, when I first started out in the notary streets, I wasn't on that sign up for 50 to 100 signing services type of wave. Like
Yeah.
once I realized I had to keep doing the same thing for every single one, it was like a job application. I was like, well, I
Yeah.
left my job to not have
Yeah.
to do this. So I definitely stopped, but I worked a lot on just like, Google, stuff like that. So a lot of my calls, my direct calls with title companies, like they came from my Google posting. So it would be out of state. And I
Mhm.
had a company, I think it was in Texas, and everything was good. Conversation was good. We had an understanding for payment, all the other stuff. And then you do what you're supposed to do. And then after that, you're literally just waiting
Yeah.
to hopefully get a check in the mail or
Yeah.
get a direct deposit or get an email or you know what I'm saying, just receive payment some type of way. And I want to say I think the 30 days honestly slipped my mind. Like by the time like I was like, damn, like these people ain't even pay me. And then when I went back and I spoke to a lady, it just was like constant like reaching out.
Yeah.
And at that time, like you don't have no leverage. You have
Yeah.
nothing. Like you literally have nothing at the end of the day. These people either going to pay you because good business practice, or you gotta take that L, which is why we created this podcast. But
Yeah. Yeah.
the reality is, like, I've had to go through that, and you really gotta stay on them, on top of them. If you got an email, reach out via email. If you got a phone number, reach out via phone number. It's just about how adamant you are about, getting your money. And I
Mhm.
remember I was a guest on, I think it was the loan signing dude
Mhm.
podcast, I
Yeah.
think. And I asked him this question as well, because at that time I was actively going through it. And his response was like, well, this hasn't happened to me personally, but for people it has happened to that I know of, like, they just never got their money. Like, they just kind of like chalked it up to an L. So I've been able to get mine, but you definitely learn to, you want to get payment beforehand. You learn to limit yourself in those positions by, like Rafael always say, getting your own clients,
Yeah.
finding a different type of niche that'll allow you to get your payment up front. But the more you rely on signing services, like, the more they can dictate when to pay you, if they pay you. And that's, it's direct to consumer as well.
Yeah.
Because somebody can be like, oh, I'm gonna pay you when I get there or after the fact or whatever. And now you're in that awkward position of, okay, like, you gonna pay me, or we did agree upon
Yeah.
this, like, on the phone before I came here. And it happens in a wedding space too. It does. And I got a nice little email for that.
Yeah.
That
You had to
happened.
send out.
Yes. And I got
Yeah.
my
I
money
don't.
expeditiously. So
Yeah. It's strange. It's weird how a lot of us, we put so much focus into the craft.
yeah.
Trying to give our clients the highest quality of service, and then for you to skip around on the payment.
Mhm.
Got to keep following up with you to find out when can we get paid. That's that could be that could be really discouraging. And that could be a reason why a lot of people drop out of the business, because most people can't stomach that not getting paid. Especially if you come from the corporate world where
Used to.
either every week or every 2 weeks, and you can
Mhm.
expect that to come in, and then you got to keep following up. And the cold part about it, the you got people that's like skipping out on payments for like $75 or $80, because some of these signing services, they're not, some of their rates not the greatest rates. So even with you, so it's already bad enough. I ain't gonna say it's bad enough. It's already not great, even though the rates are not that great. It will be in your best interest to make sure people get paid, like the notary get paid in a timely manner. Because what they will do is they are going to go into these groups and they will put you and your company on blast. And so when you built a signing service at such a huge level, and you need notaries in order to keep your business sustainable, the last thing that you should be doing is just skipping out on payment
Yeah.
and having folks wondering when they're going to get paid. Um, I have an attorney right now, a personal injury attorney, who still owes me $125 to this day. So I don't forget that. He still owes me $125. So hopefully he's watching this. Yeah, out in Vegas. So it happens. Ain't just the signing services sometimes that skip out on payment. I've had an attorney before who skipped out on the payment as well. So, and what makes, and the worst part about it is, like, my whole thing is, so I like to pay notaries for 24 hours. I don't like to do that whole 30, 45-day wait. I don't want to hold your money, right? I would much rather for the person who's working with me, for them to get paid on the front end, because I know I'm going to get mine on the back end. I know mine is already coming. So I
Mm-hmm.
had a signing in Vegas. No, it wasn't in Vegas. It was down in Long Beach for what kind of signing was it? It was like for a signing, for like a medical authorization signing. I paid the notary already, and then I'm thinking, like, all right, I paid the notary, I got them taken care of. I'm just waiting for mine to come in. And that was last year. And then I followed up with that turn. After 3 or 4 contacts, if I don't hear from you, it's like, all right, I
Yeah.
see what time it is. And like me, and at the same time, I'm not willing to burn a bridge over money. That's just not my type of thing. But at the same time, I understand situations like, all right, if you skipping out on $125, you clearly needed it. Your firm clearly needed it, so I'm gonna just chalk it up as a loss. But that's just working directly with with the attorney. So, but I mean, working with the signing service, you know, if the terms are already been laid out already, and you have the sign, if the notary agree to your terms and agree to the fee, the last thing that you should be doing is having them wonder like, where's my money at? It's already bad enough that they got to wait 30 days. It's bad enough they got to wait 45 days for some of these companies.
Yeah.
And what they don't tell you is that most signing services, they're getting paid like within 15 days, even less than that. Because I've worked with title companies where they'll send you. So you'll have some title companies out there where they'll allow you, well, they'll much rather for you to just get paid by the buyer, but a buyer is much quicker. I like it that way. But then you have some title companies where they'll want to be the ones to issue the check. And most title companies are going to issue the check in like less than 15 days. So if they get a check within 15 days or probably less than that, why are you making the notary wait 30 days, 45 days? I never understood that. Is this maybe is this some type of accounting, maybe some accounting system that's in place? Is that for the reason? I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But me, I don't like having folks wait for their money because I know what that feeling's like to be going to the mailbox religiously. Like, yo, is the check in there? All right, maybe tomorrow. Is the check in there? Like, especially when you got responsibilities, you got expenses,
Yeah.
you got bills, all that type of stuff. So the last thing they should be doing is just skipping out on paying notaries. It's not a good thing.
No, that's
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah, and also too, a lot of these signing services, like you said, like they told you in the beginning that you need to sign up with 100 signing services. I want to put this out there as well. Don't do that. Don't sign up with 1,000. What they don't tell you is probably 95% of the signing services that you want to work with, they're either on signing order or they're on SnapDocs. So your information is already on those platforms already, and so it doesn't matter of them just reaching out to you, but.
No,
Get
it's
your
just
own.
not worth it. It's not worth it. A lot of those people you'll never get work from.
Mhm,
They have their own algorithm hierarchy that they
mhm.
use within their system. Like, you're just way better off starting, if you're starting off fresh, with just simple
Get your
general
own client.
notary work, stuff for your family, community,
Yeah,
stuff like that. And then as you build up your confidence, you need to go out there and network and get your own business or build a brand online
yeah.
that will help with your awareness. But it's no reason to waste time sitting here signing up for all of these things, putting the same documents up and all the other stuff. Remember, like, oh, just put a folder together with, all your EOF and your driver's license and this, and that. And you're like doing it over and over and over again. Half of these companies aren't even working right now. So save yourself the
All of them
grief.
is going out of business.
Yeah,
I,
save yourself
that's
the grief.
that's 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 playing a part as well. Um, a lot of these signing services are mainly loan signing services only. I mean, a lot of these signing services are only focusing on loan signings only. And
Mhm.
I think a part of the reason why they're skipping out on payment as well, because a lot of them are going out of business. A lot of them not only going out of business, but they got overhead, they got staff, they got to pay schedulers, they got to pay their accountants.
Yes.
They still got notary payments that's on the books as well. And as we all know, refis and HELOCs, those are down. Those are down. Like, it's still loan signings going on. It's still purchase. People are still buying, but then it's not too many people that's refinancing. So a lot of reasons why they're skipping out. A lot of them are going out of business. And so in the beginning, yeah, they tell you to sign up with signing services. I'm not against that. I would, but it'll be in your best interest to focus on getting your own business, like getting your own clients. And in the beginning, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt in the beginning because again, you don't really have a lot of experience because you're not really getting those reps, and it's really not too much. You got a stomach not really getting business in the beginning, but if you can just get that first direct client, that's really going to help things move in the right direction. Because it doesn't make sense for a notary to not only accept a signing for $75, where it's a full package. You're doing all of this work. You got to wait 30 days to get paid, and then on the 31st day, you wondering where your check is at, and you falling up with these people, and they're not even responding to your email. Like they're not even giving you like an update on what the situation is. So they now be a time for you to adjust. And if you just get into the business, like focus on getting your own clients. In the beginning, it's going to hurt because you want business, but in the long run, it's going to pay off. You're not going to have those same worries as some of these other notaries. They're trying to figure out when the next signing coming in, when's the check coming in. I sent you an invoice. Now you're on Facebook, you complaining. This you don't want to be in that group. Focus on getting your own clients. You're going to be better off in the long run. I guarantee it. Let's talk about networking, strategically networking. I've done a lot of marketing within the business. I've done from creating content, podcasting, what we doing now, social media, postcards, cold calling, Google ads. You pretty much name it. And the most effective network strategy, marketing strategy that's been really helping me is strategic networking. Um, as we as we all know, if we want to get more loan signing business, they tell you to get with loan officers, get with realtors, etc. But how do you find these people? The way to find these people is you want to align yourself with like organizations. So you may have for example, there's an organization called the Estate Planning Council. Who would be at an estate planning council to help people with get knowledge of estate planning? Obviously, estate planning attorneys. You may have CPAs. You may have folks that's a financial advisors. You might have those particular people that's within those organizations, and they may put it on the event. That's the event that you want to attend, and you want to get with those right people because those particular people are going to either get you direct to the source, which is the estate planning attorney, or they may get you, or you may get connected to someone that's connected to that source that's going to get you more estate plan signings. Um, Another organization may be like a chamber of commerce or an organization like BNI, where if you join these organizations, yeah, you got to pay. Sometimes the fee can be, um, well, the fee may not be that bad. I look at it as an investment, the way I look at it. Sometimes aligning yourself with those particular organizations can be very helpful, and it can help you cut down the time it would take for you to get to that particular client that you want by trying to do it on your own, by just getting with the right people who's not only going to uh, not only that they're going to learn about your company, but they're going to be able to know who would be a strategic fit for your company and help you get connected to those particular people so you can get more business. An example, I'm a part of a BNI organization, and initially I was a part of a referral networking organization. I want to say a couple of years ago when I was in financial services. And man, I was not getting no referrals. I was not getting any referrals. If anyone knows working in financial services, it's really difficult. It's a really difficult industry to be a part of. I mean, it's a very rewarding, but if you don't know your stuff, or if you're not even in a good position financially, it's going to be pretty difficult to have to try to give advice to someone, trying to give financial advice to someone when you're both on the same level. So it's really tough for me to get referrals. But then when I switched over to Notary and joined another referral network organization, I started to get more business. And I get more business just by just being a notary. And a lot of times when you do join these particular groups, there's not any notaries that's in these groups. I say it all the time. You can find a loan officer, you can find a realtor, you can find an insurance agent, you can find any kind of professional within these particular groups, where you'll never find a notary. It's very rare that you'll find a notary within those groups. And a lot of times notaries are needed for just about any document that needs to be witnessed or notarized. So a way to, again, fast track your way to where you're trying to get to is really align yourself with these particular organizations and just connect with the right people. And then by doing that, it's going to get you to where you're trying to get to. Another organization I could think of would be like the Wedding Officiant Academy, right? You have folks who want to get into the wedding space. You may not, let's say you may have a wedding coming up, and you may not be able to do that wedding yourself, right? But you may have someone that you're coaching right now who you feel like that'd be a fit, and a wedding planner who needs an officiant. You can connect them with that particular officiant and have they get the wedding in place. And so, to me, that's a form of strategic networking. Yep. I say just align yourself with the right people, and you'll see it pay off dividends within your business.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. I would say for me on the wedding side, you got to look at partnerships, creative offerings, packages that you guys can put together, especially if you have kind of like the same client base.
Mhm.
So for me in particular, this is something I'm working on. So I guess y'all get an exclusive into how my mind works. But I noticed that a venue that is woman owned, black owned, family owned, that had two of my couples have had two of my brides have had their bridal shower there
Mhm.
too, right? I got engaged there as well. And they had a networking event there, and I saw one of the brides that I married formally. So I've had four bridal like interactions with this
Mhm.
one venue. Why would I not try to figure out something for us to do together? Because we clearly have the same client persona, the same client profile. The clients that are choosing me are also choosing her or choosing her venue. And they're choosing it for similar in the same category. So it ain't like they're choosing me for a wedding officiant, they're choosing her for their baby shower. Like they're
Right.
choosing her for her bridal shower, which is all still within a wedding space and along the lines of wedding events that you would have. So again, it would be in my best interest to figure out how to get a strategic partnership with her, whether it's we create a package together, whether it's we start audience sharing, crowd sharing, and just make it a point to share each other's information to broaden our audiences, whether, I got something coming up and I let her know ahead of time. So
Mhm.
again, she can promote for me or just, you know what I'm saying, just tell people about it who are coming in to check out her venue, any of that stuff. Or if someone comes there for a micro wedding and she's like, do you have an officiant yet? Oh, you don't? Okay, I have someone perfect for you. Different ways to do it, but
Yeah.
those are just being able to recognize that you guys have something in common, you
Yeah.
serve the same type of clients, and now it should be easier to like garnish a relationship or start a relationship because you already have those similarities. So you know that whatever you do together, more than likely you're going to both be profiting from it, whether it's brand awareness or
Mhm.
it's support networking or it's literally bringing in revenue dollars. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think so many marketing like strategies out there. I think sometimes some marketing strategies may not work for particular industries.
Right.
And I feel that with the notary business, with the notary industry in particular, networking really can be because probably the most effective strategy, at least in my opinion, it's the most effective strategy because whenever I talk to people, they always one of the first things I always say is, "Oh, I'm always looking. I've been looking for a notary. I didn't know where to find a notary."
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, you would think they would go on Google and be able to find
Right.
a notary, right? But in most of my conversations, I know hey, I knew a notary before. They either knew a notary and that notary got out of the business, or they just weren't able to find one. So I'm not saying you gotta always attend these networking mixers. Like you don't really have to do a ton of those.
No.
But I would just say you just gotta find an event that's in alignment with that's in alignment with your offer, what your services are, and then find people who can help you get more of that business. So again, if I want more estate plan signings, I'm gonna attend a meeting that's specifically focused on estate planning where it's gonna make sense. Now, if you just hear about a mixer, it is a bunch of professionals there. If it's not really, it's just there, you just
Yeah.
there to just meet people. Yeah, I mean that's all right, but I don't know how effective that is. But what I found is when you see specific events and when you attend those specific events, you tend to come around people that's really intentional about their business
Yeah.
and really connecting you with the right people.
Yeah.
And when you attend those specific places, that tends to be really beneficial as opposed to just say, "Hey, I got a mixer, y'all. Let's just come on and have pizza, have some drinks, so let's see where this thing goes." So you got to be strategic in the way you're networking and get business because here's the downside. Here's what happens if you don't network and put yourself out there. You got to wait for a snapdocs or signing order to see if you're available for a signing, and risk the chance of working with a company that's trying to make you wait 30 days to get paid, give you a horrible offer. So get out there and network, y'all. It's really effective. Again, it's not too many notaries that do it. When you do go out to these events, one of the first things you're going to hear, I don't know any notaries. Oh, I did know a notary before, but they got out of the business, so I don't know who to go to. Why not be? Why can't that be you? That person who they can go to get business. So strategically network, y'all. It actually works.
Facts.
It definitely works. I think, do we got anything else? I think we said a ton today. I think we said a ton
No, we
today.
definitely did.
I think we said,
Always gems, man.
yeah, I think we said a ton today. Yeah, man. Get your own business. Get your own business, man. I don't think we can stress that enough. If you didn't take away anything, get your own business. Don't be in these groups complaining, man. Got folks that's willing to burn a bridge and send out a letter to collections for $75. Like, don't be that person.
It's not that deep.
Yeah, it's not that deep. I've lost what much more. Trust you gonna it ain't gonna be the first time you take a loss, but yeah, if you focus on your own getting your own clients and just say no to these companies that's not offering you what your worth is, you'll be all right at the end of the day. So, anyways, what we got coming up, T? What we got coming up?
I love it. Well, as always, Wedding Fishing Academy, we are having our September virtual social on Thursday the 24th from 6 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. So definitely get in the building. Questions, you want to learn a little bit more, you want something specific, advice, tips, tools for your specific, what you're doing in your state and stuff, definitely pop in.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I'm on the move. I'm on the move. I have some like cool things happening with the royal treatment with Tierra, and then I'm also like launching something very soon. So excited for that. But yeah, definitely check out the Wedding Fishing Academy and check out our stand store. We have everything you need to get you started.
Yeah, I definitely would encourage y'all to visit the stand store and attend one of those socials. I've attended one of those. I've attended one of those meetings before. It's a wealth of information, and she actually had someone that attended that meeting. And I think I want to say, was it a week or two later? Someone got their first booked their first wedding.
Yeah, no, we had and I gotta shout out Jessica real quick. Jessica came to our first like in-person social, never did a wedding, wasn't ordained, none of those things. And I think she's done like maybe like close to 5 now.
Let's go.
And it's really like this is social is Norman's brainchild. He really was like, we need to do something, get more people outside of an education space and just to share and have conversations and stuff, because a lot of ideas can come from that too. So that's been really dope. And even with the Facebook group, I really encourage people to get on the Facebook group. Yeah, we have a TikTok. Yeah, we have Threads. Yeah, we have Instagram. But the Facebook is the most active.
Yeah.
And then other people are also posting about jobs, officiant opportunities in different states. So I only cover New Jersey. That's the most you're going to get out of me. But
Yeah.
North Carolina, for some reason, it's a lot of job postings for North Carolina officiants, and just encouraging people to join the community and be a collaborator, not a competitor.
Nice. Yeah. Does anyone still use Threads?
I mean, I was like on it, and then I really fell off because I don't be caring about social media. I will go on a hike. I do not care about it. Not even.
Hey, I'm with you on that one.
And the least
I done fell off completely from social media. I mean, I ain't gonna say I fell like, I still be lurking. I still be tapped in to what's going on.
I'm around.
Yeah, I don't really. Man, it's crazy because I'm just thinking. Like last year, I was going crazy. I'm posting 3, 4, 5 times a day. Like now, I don't really do that anymore. So I found, I found my lane. I found success on the offline side. So you got to get out here. And even though social media is definitely a tool, definitely not going to tell anyone not to use it. But if you found something offline and you got to work to your strengths at the end of the day.
Right.
I still feel like I can use social media, but I like to get in touch with the people. I like to get direct to the source, and then when I do go to these events, Then I have people that come up to me and say, "Hey, I checked out your content. I just want to say thank
Mhm.
you for." And, then I mean that's the purpose for me when I use social media, just to get the information out there and just share what's been going on within the industry. So salute.
No,
What
that's
we
cool.
got coming up? We got anything coming up? No, I don't have any workshops coming up, y'all. I'm working on it. Give me some time. No workshops coming up. But if you're a notary watching this and you tired of signing services not paying you on time, you tired of them giving you 200 pages worth of work for only $75. If you're
Mm-mm.
tired of that, if you're
You
tired of
good.
waiting, if you're tired of waiting 30, 35, 45 days, 60 days to get paid, come and join Stamper Signings. We're always come join our network. I'm always looking for notaries to work with. I'll let you guys know right now. Our payout terms is 24 hours. We pay out in 24 hours. I try to keep the jobs as simple as possible. You're either going to get a estate plan signing from me. You may either get a loan signing from me. I'm always on standby. So I'm always there to help out our notaries. And you will definitely do not have to blow me up wondering when you're going to get paid, because you're damn near going to get paid either the same day or the day after.
Right.
So definitely join our network. Always looking for notaries to work with. Um, and I have something else in the works as well on the software side. So be on the lookout for that. I will be making an announcement. I'm not going to say this month, probably soon. Be on the lookout for that.
Oh, that's
Um,
fine.
really looking to help out notary, like help out signing services out there. Obviously, they need to pay a little faster, but I'm not worried about that. But as far as helping them operate at a much more efficient pace, so I'll be on the lookout for that. Be making an announcement. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate the support. We've been at this for about a year. Year?
Yeah, I think we're over a year now.
Yeah. We've been giving a ton of value.
Mhm.
Appreciate you all for supporting and popping up, watching the show. And until next time, I won't be here next week, y'all, because I will be on vacation. But
Hey.
I will be back. I think the 29th. That may be a Thursday. But we'll be back the week after,
Okay.
unless Tara got something going as well. I don't know. We'll know. We'll see how it goes. But other than that, y'all, yeah, stay tuned. Stop signing up with all these signing services. Get your
Yeah.
own clients. Control how much you get paid. Control how much you should get paid. And business is going to look much more better for you. Appreciate you. Love y'all. Peace.
Bye, y'all.